Hello, how are you doing? So my name is Edith and I'm gonna do a little bit of yoga here. Today we're going to go for an apex pose or something like it's called like uh, what we're gonna work for the whole class, and it's gonna be bird of paradise. This needs a lot of opening in your hips, so we're gonna work on that. And it also needs a lot of work in your binding because like no binding, no no, not bird of paradise pose. So that's something that to keep in mind. So we're gonna start sitting in our mat, finding our seated pose, our sukhasana, our easy pose, finding your sit bones on your mat, placing your hands on top of your wonderful knees, and making a loop with your shoulders and getting them away from the ears. Closing your eyes and placing either your chin parallel towards the mat or a little bit towards your chest so you can lengthen a little bit more your cervical spine. Grounding ourselves here. Inhaling through the nose and exhaling through the nose, making our breathing a little bit more noticeable, working in getting more air into our lungs, going maybe in a little bit of an exaggeration with our inhalations and our exhalations until we find a rhythm that is good for us. As we do this, we are also scanning the body. Just, go throughout your body, start on the crown of your head, go all the way to your toes, and see how the body is feeling today. Turn off all these other things that you don't need for your practice today. All these other thoughts that are competing for a piece of your attention. So, like turn the volume down, dial it down so they are not part of your practice today. Also, use a moment here to just ask this very simple question, which is, how are you doing today? And this is more a question about how is your mood today? How are you feeling today in terms of maybe a little bit blue, maybe super enthusiastic, maybe, just thinking about all the color and life exploding here, at least in the Pacific Northwest. A lot of flowers, the lilacs, I don't know. Just see how you're feeling today. And keep going with your breathing, inhaling through the nose and exhaling. Inhaling one more time and exhaling. You can keep your eyes closed for a little bit more. Send your chin towards your chest and send your chin up and towards the chest and up. One more time. Up and back to center. Right ear, right shoulder. Back to center. Left ear, left shoulder. Make sure that your shoulders are not creeping up Sometimes this is what is happening. The shoulders try to like get to your ears. So if you feel that, just make a soft loop with those shoulders and getting them away from the ear. One more time, right ear, right shoulder, and back. Left ear, left shoulder, and back. Starting pretty slow, pretty unassuming. It's just gonna get a little bit, intense, but for now, pretty easy. Okay. Chin to chest, right ear, right shoulder, chin up, left ear, and center. Let's do 3 more of this. Go slow. Take your time. Find range of motion. And come back towards your center. Let's go in the opposite way. Towards the left. One more. And coming back to center. Your hands are on top of your knees, and then let's start sending our torso towards the front, towards the right, a little bit towards the back, the left, and center. Making circles here, going again, slow and steady, finding just range of motion, and just use this time to keep on going with this conversation between your body and your mind. At the beginning, the body might tell you, I kind of feel okay. But as you start moving, then the body starts telling you sometimes a different story. Sometimes it tells you, I am feeling kind of okay, but this is kind of hurting. Or it might be, I thought I was not feeling that good, but I feel good. Keep on moving. Let's go in the opposite direction. And every time that you finish a lap, let's say, try to go deeper with your movement. So if you were going towards the back or towards the right, try to go a little bit deeper to maybe sink a little bit more. This is a great stretch and I love it. Come back towards your center. Lift your head, lift your torso, shoulders, and getting them away from the ears. Good job. Inhaling and lifting both hands all the way up and towards the sky. Nice and easy. Shoulders towards the back, away from the ears. Pinkies tucking towards each other. Gaze up. Exhale, hands to heart center. One more time. Inhale and up. Exhale and hands to heart center. Place your right hand down and a little bit away from the body. Maybe it's just your fingertips that are down. Send your left arm up and towards the sky. Follow with your gaze, all the fingers together, trying to put the energy in just one place. Inhaling and exhaling. Lengthening that torso. On the next inhale, send that wonderful left hand all the way towards the right and stack those shoulders on top of each other. So don't point your torso towards the mat or towards the right side. You are pointing the torso parallel towards your wonderful right side. Lengthening here with that left arm, looking for more space for that torso. Inhaling here and exhaling, maybe sending your gaze towards the sky. Inhale one more time. Exhale and come all the way back to center. Slowly but surely. Bring that left hand down. And now place it all the way towards the side here, a little bit away from the body, maybe just your fingertips inhaling and lifting your wonderful right hand. Follow with your gaze all the way up and towards the sky. On your next inhale, send that right hand all the way towards the left. Again, gaze towards the sky, opening that torso, stacking those shoulders one on top of the other, and lengthening that wonderful right hand. Keep both of your sit bones on the mat. Do not move the sit bones. And come all the way back and towards the center. Good job. Let's extend our legs. Find the sit bones again. And if you have to remove some awesomeness manually, go for it. Now, if this position for you is already kind of really challenging, then I would advise you to use a blanket or a towel that you're gonna roll a little bit, or just fold into a smaller piece, so you can actually sit on it and just put basically your tailbone there on the back. So it's just one piece that will help your wonderful pelvis to just tilt forward, which is something that sometimes is really, really helpful. So think about it. If you are not feeling like comfortably and awesome here, inhale and bring both hands all the way up. Now, if you need to, please bend your knees. You don't have to extend all the way like this. You can always bend your knees. Is this something that is much better for you? Okay, exhale and offer the heart forward and bring your hands towards your feet. Engage those legs. If you have them all extended, engage them. So your toes are looking up and towards the sky. And offer the heart forward a little bit more. Inhale here. And exhale. Inhale one more time. And exhale. Same way we come in, we come out. So inhaling and lifting offering your arms forward, the heart forward also, and lifting. Exhale and placing your hands down towards the side of your hips. Fingers are pointing towards the front. Spread all the fingers. Okay, so I'm gonna place my hands a little bit behind my hips. The heel of my hand is firmly rooted, and I'm just gonna lift all my wonderful hip and trying to place the sole of these wonderful feet on the mat. Inhaling here and lifting. Exhaling and coming all the way back. Alrighty. Flex the right leg and place the sole of the foot on the mat. Okay. Extend the left. You already have it. Okay. So embrace your right leg towards yourself with both of your hands. Lengthen the spine. I'm going to move towards the side so you can actually see this a little bit better, I suppose. And that would be better than this side. All right. So lengthening here. Lengthen that spine. Inhale and lift that wonderful left hand all the way up and towards the sky. Bend that elbow. Reach for the outer side of your right leg and hook the arm there. Push the right leg towards the left elbow and the left elbow towards the right leg. And right hand going all the way towards the back and twist. Keep pushing, leg and arm, leg, and twist a little bit more. Gaze towards your right shoulder. Breathing. And coming back to center. Alrighty. extending the right leg. Now bringing the left in front of you. So sole of the left foot is down. Finding your sit bones again. Grab both the leg with both of your hands. And then extend the right arm all the way up and towards the sky. Follow with your gaze. Bend that elbow. Place it on the outside of your left. Send the left hand towards the back. Find a place where you can just anchor that left arm and start twisting towards the left. Trying to pass as much of your torso towards the left as possible. Keep breathing, keep going. Last thing to turn is your gaze on top of that left shoulder. And maybe trying to find out what is behind that left shoulder, showing some curiosity there. Breathing here. Finally, inhaling and coming back towards your center, grabbing that wonderful left leg and bringing it towards yourself. Good job. Coming back to your sitting pose, to your Sukhasana. Inhaling here and bringing both hands all the way up. Exhaling, hands to heart center. Let's interlace both of your hands all the way towards the back and into your, place them on top of your sacrum. So interlace your fingers, interlace even the heels of the hands, make sure that they are touching each other if that is available to you. If not, just the fingers is fine. Inhale here and let's send both of your hands all the way towards the right side of the body. Lengthening here, inhaling here and exhaling. Inhaling one more time. And exhaling. All right, let's go towards the other side. So left side now. And again, trying to keep that spine lengthened, that shoulder towards the back and away. All the fingers together, trying to keep those heels of the hands together if it's available, or you are just working on that. That's also pretty good. Inhaling here and exhaling. Inhale one more time and exhaling. Alrighty, back towards your center, inhaling and lifting both hands all the way up. Placing the right on the back, on your back in the middle of your shoulders, and then grabbing that wonderful right elbow and pressing down. Keep the lengthen, keep opening here. Breathe, relax. And let's switch. Place now the left hand, grab that wonderful left elbow, press down. Feel that opening in that shoulder. Alrighty. Come back towards your center. Hands to heart center. Inhale and send the right hand under the left and come into your eagle arms, hands here. If you're working still on trying to get your hands together, that's fine. If you're not here yet, you can always put both of your hands on your shoulders and it's also very, very good. Go with your own modifications and follow your own rhythm. Okay. Inhaling here and lifting those elbows and those arms up. And bringing them down. We're going to do this 3 times. Inhaling and up. Exhaling and down. Inhaling and up. Exhaling and down. Last one. Exhale and down. Let go of the eager arms. Send the wonderful right hand all the way towards the back again. You can grab the left hand and push that elbow a little bit lower so it can help you a little bit. And sending then the left hand, trying to find your right. If you find it, it's all good. If you don't find it, then you're just working and maybe you're just like trying to climb that hand a little bit more up, 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 up. If you want to make it also easier for you, you can always bring that towel or a strap and use that strap to hold to that. Okay? Inhale one more time. Exhale and let go of the interlace or the strap or whatever it was, and back to center. Let's place now the wonderful left under the right and come into the eagle arms in the other side. Inhaling and bringing those elbows and those arms up. Exhaling and down. 3 more times. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. One more time. Exhale. Good job. Alrighty. Sending out that left hand towards the back. And you can always help that left hand to reach a little bit lower by placing that wonderful, grabbing that elbow and placing it down. And then sending out your right hand to try to find the left. Try to keep your head up. And again, if you want to try it with your strap, with your towel, that's fine. If you're still struggling trying to find it, it's okay. As you can actually see by my face, I'm still struggling. I don't find my other hand in this side, never ever. But I'm still trying, you know, it will come, I know. Inhaling here and exhaling. Inhaling one more time. Exhaling. Let go of whatever part of maybe you have of your right hand. Bring that wonderful right hand back. Bring that left hand back. And we're going into our tabletop. But we're going to go first to a child's pose. But we're going to need our blocks. So grab 2 blocks. If you don't have a block, a book is all good. You're going to open your child's pose a little bit more than the usual. So knees are going to be going towards the sides a little bit more. If you need to close the gap between your hips and the heels, use a towel, and we're going to use the blocks to open those shoulders a little bit more and open that heart a little bit more. So we're going to place our elbows here, and I'm just trying to walk my elbows forward and forward and forward. If I need them to walk them a little bit more, the blocks I mean, that should be fine. Place your hands together, palms of the hands, and start lowering that spine, start lowering the head. And do not stop until the head touches the mat. In here, if you have a little bit more of opening in that shoulder, maybe you can walk those elbows just a tiny little bit more. Palms of the hands are together and they're either pointing towards the sky or you're bringing both of your thumbs towards the back of the neck and opening here. Just breathe here. Take your time. Inhale and bring the hands back to point towards the sky. Let go of the interlace of the palms together. Use those elbows to be able to push the torso and the head up. And then place your hands on those wonderful blocks and push yourself up. There you go. Place the blocks on the front again. You might need them. And come into your tabletop. If you need something for your knees, even for your hands, if you use some kind of a gel thing for the palms of the hands, this is the time to place it. If not, come to your tabletop. Make sure that the knees are under the hips, the wrists are under the shoulder, hands are shoulder width apart, knees are hip width distance, top of the feet firmly rooted. Inhale in here, bend that elbow a little bit, offer the heart forward, the chin up, the gaze up, and the tailbone. Exhaling and arching the back. And push that navel towards your spine. Keep on going here. Use your own rhythm of breathing to determine your transition between a cat and a cow. Enjoy the movement of the whole spine. Exaggerate your movement if you need to. Alrighty. We're gonna do one more cat and one more cow. I'm gonna meet you back in the center. Okay, in here, place your right foot where your right hand is. We're coming to an Anjanasana or low lunge. Make sure that the ankle is under the knee. Top of the left foot can be firmly rooted on the mat, or you can curl it, whatever feels good for you. If you need your blocks here, by all means, use your blocks. All right. So finding a good spot for you, a good opening of the hip. We're starting to open the hip. Look forward, don't look down. Inhale and bring both hands all the way up. Open those hands a little bit apart from each other so you're not here in front, they're towards the side. Pinkies are talking towards each other. Send your gaze a little bit up and towards the sky. Exhale, hands to heart center. Inhale and up again. Exhale and hands to heart center. Okay, stay in here and we're gonna open towards the left side by sending that left hand a little bit like a torero, like whoa, ole, and sending that wonderful left hand to any part of your left leg. So it can be the calf, it can be even the thigh, whatever is good for you. We're trying to opening and moving the torso towards the left side, finding any part here, and then lengthening that right hand all the way up and towards the sky. Keep your head supported. And finally, come all the way back and towards the center. Place both of your hands on the blocks if you need to. If you don't, you have your hands down. And let's start walking that hip all the way towards the back. Lengthening that right leg. Inhaling here. Looking forward and looking down. Exhaling. Sending the heart forward. And down. Inhaling and up. And coming all the way towards the front. Still looking towards the front and looking down. Inhale and up. Back bending here. Exhaling and down. Right hip towards the back. Inhaling here. Exhaling. Offering the heart forward. Lowering down that torso. Inhaling and up. Exhaling and towards the front. Placing that right foot, anchor it. Inhale and up with both of your hands. Back bending here. Exhaling. Back and down. Last one. Let's send that wonderful right hip towards the back a little bit. Lengthening that right foot. Right leg super strong, super extended. Inhaling here. Exhaling. Lowering that torso down. Inhale and up. And going all the way towards the front. Inhale, lifting both arms all the way up. Back bending a little bit. Exhaling and coming all the way down. And finally, we're going to extend. And we're going to lift the wonderful left knee of the mat. And I'm going to move that left knee towards the side. I'm going to send it towards the left side to open a little bit more and coming into a crouching tiger here. Now I'm going to move my view so you can see this from the front. But you are where you are, so you don't have to move. Okay, so in your crouching tiger here, if you need a block here under your knee for your balance, just go for it. If you're an advance here, you can always place the whole heel, the whole sole of the foot on the mat. Top of the right foot is firmly rooted towards the sky. And in here, lengthening the spine. And trying to keep your balance. Maybe left hand only. Maybe both of your hands. Bringing both of your hands down. Going back towards the front. Placing that right knee down. Sending that left foot towards the back. And in here, move your hips here. Towards the left. Towards the right. Let's make some circles here with the hip. Towards one side and towards the other. Alrighty. Now placing the left foot where your left hand is. If you need your blocks, use your blocks here. Make sure that the ankle is under the hip. Oh, sorry, under the knee. Look forward. That would be something. Inhaling here and lifting both hands all the way up. Send your shoulders away from the ears. Pinkies talking towards each other. Exhale and hands to heart center. Let's do this one more time. Inhale and up. Exhale and hands to heart center. So we're going to do our torero movement again on the other side. As graceful as a torero could be. And just here, I'm not for the torero thingy, but anyway, you can place your left hand here if it makes it a little bit easier for you. Make sure that your left foot is really rooted, is your anchor here. If you want to, curl the toe under on that wonderful right foot to make it life better for you. And let's open. Inhale and open here. Ole towards the right side. Finding any place in your right leg. Alrighty, and when you have that done, then you can send that left arm all the way up and towards the sky. If you feel comfortable and you want to walk that right hand a little bit backwards, that's up to you. But open the chest, open the collarbone, keep your head supported. Breathe. Placing that left hand down. Bringing both hands all the way up. Hands to heart center. Bringing both hands down. If you need your blocks to start traveling, go for it. Grab your blocks. And let's travel towards the left side. So left hip towards the back. Extending that wonderful left leg. Inhaling here. Exhaling and offering the heart forward and lowering down that torso as much as you can. Inhaling and up. Exhaling and moving forward. Inhale and bring both hands all the way up and arch the back a little bit, back bending. Exhale, back and down, lengthening that wonderful left hip. Inhaling here, offering the heart forward and down, lowering that torso. Inhaling and up. Exhaling and towards the front. Opening that hip a little bit more as you progress on this. Inhaling and lifting both arms. A tiny back bending here. Exhaling and coming back. Let's send that hip towards the back again. Inhaling. Exhaling and down. Inhale and up. Going towards the front again. Finding maybe tiny little bit more of a space here for that hip to open. Inhale and up. Back bending here. Exhaling, coming all the way down. Lengthening that wonderful, sending that hip towards the back. And now from here, changing the stuff a little bit by lifting that wonderful right knee. Opening that right knee towards the side or towards the front in this case. Keep that wonderful left leg lengthened, toes looking up towards the sky. If you need a block under that foot, under that knee, by all means. Looking forward here and starting to try to balance here, to do a little bit of balance. Bringing both hands down, sending that wonderful left foot towards the right foot towards the front, sorry. Keeping that wonderful left leg extended towards the back. Keep that left hand down and send the right arm all the way up and towards the sky. Opening here. That wonderful left heel is really rooted and going towards the back. Finding a little bit more of a space. If you want to open a little bit more here, you can do so. You don't need to. If you want to place that knee down, place that knee down. Right hand comes all the way back and down. And send that wonderful right foot all the way towards the back. Coming now into your downward facing dog. So take your time to get to your downward facing dog. Make sure that it's comfortable for you. All right. So in here, making sure feet hip width distance, knees bent if you need to. Remembering that this is all about your spine. Making sure that your index finger is pointing towards the front. Your index knuckle is actually the middle finger that is pointing towards the front. And the index knuckle is like really, really firmly rooted on the mat. Engage your upper arms. Send your gaze to look towards your thighs or maybe your stomach. If your heels are not touching the mat, it's fine. If you want to work here, maybe you want to send those heels down and touching the mat one at a time, taking your time. Just creating that wonderful memory for the muscle. Breathe here. Alrighty. Inhaling here. Send those hips up and towards the front, coming into your plank pose. If you want to place your knees down, place your knees down. If you're not, push the mat away from you and really, really start cooking yourself up a little bit. Just tiny little bit. Now slowly but surely lower yourself all the way down, down, down and into the mat. Forehead is on the mat. Hands are under your armpits. Inhale here and exhale. Feet together. Top of your wonderful feet firmly rooted on the mat. Maybe your knees are coming off the mat. That's fine. Okay. Inhaling here. Lifting the head. Lifting the torso. Elbows are really, really touching the sides of your body, and shoulders are away from the ears. Look forward, don't look down. Exhale and come all the way down. We're going to do these 2 more times. Inhale and up. Exhale and coming all the way down. Legs together, really, really seeping them up. Inhale and up. Exhale and coming all the way down. This is what I call my mermaid legs, because it's just one. It's all seep up. Alrighty. Now placing your hands out of the mat, both of them, and they're just like fingertips on outside of the mat, and they're kind of by the side of your head. So if you have your eyes open, you can see them on the sides of the head. Okay? Now your elbows. Make sure that they're not pointing up towards the sky, but they're pointing towards the back. There you go. Make a look with those shoulders and get them away from the ears. Inhaling here and lifting. Exhaling and coming all the way down. 2 more of this. Inhale and lift. Feet together. Exhale and coming all the way down. 1 more time. Inhale and up. Exhale and coming all the way down. Place the forearms down and towards the sides. Spread all the fingers. Make sure that the elbow is under the shoulder. And feet together, inhaling and lifting your wonderful head and shoulders. Torso off the mat. Exhale and coming all the way down. 1 more time, inhale and up. And from here, inhale and lift the wonderful elbows off the mat. Extend those arms. Exhale and coming all the way down. Alrighty. Bring your hands towards the sacrum and interlace all the fingers. Try to keep the heels of the hands together and point your hands, your arms, your hands, everything that is going towards the back. You're trying to reach your feet with the hands. That is going to help a lot. Keep the forehead on the mat. And in here, if you want, you can spread the legs a little bit. So separate the legs, pointing to different directions. This will make things a little bit easier for you. Inhaling here, lifting the head, lifting the shoulders, pointing those fingers towards the back, and then lifting those legs up. Exhale and coming all the way down. Alrighty. Hands are under your wonderful shoulders, under your wonderful armpits. Elbows are pointing towards the back. Curl the toes under, and let's come into our wonderful tabletop again. Actually, plank pose, Palakanasana here, not tabletop. Inhaling here and exhaling. Inhale 1 more time, and exhale. Place the right hand in the middle. Both of the feet are together. Stack them one on top of the other, and come into your side plank. Send those hips up and towards the sky. Keep that head supported. If you want to go a little bit deeper with this, lift that wonderful left leg. All right, coming down, coming into your Palakanasana again, your plank pose. Okay, we're gonna go towards the other side. So left hand in the center, stacking those feet together, one on top of the other, legs together, and coming into your plank pose on the other side. And again, go deeper by lengthening that wonderful right leg. Breathe here. And back to center. Plank pose. Downward facing dog. Send those hips towards the back. Breathe here. Recover if you need anything here. Look at your hands and either walk, jump, or pike all the way there. If you're gonna jump, bend those knees. Look at those hands and come all the way towards the front. Coming into your forward fold. Open your feet hip width distance. Let go of your head. Okay. With your hands, you can either grab opposite elbows and sway. That's one action. You can place your hands on the back of the neck and interlace those fingers just to add a little bit more weight. If the back of your hamstrings are not too cooperative today, bend your knees as much as you need to. Place your torso on top of those thighs and let it be. On the other hand, if you feel that, your hamstrings are super cooperative and they're just like on your side today, they're just like, yeah, go for it, girl, and go for it. And place your hands on the back of those calves and lengthening those hamstrings, those legs, letting go of your head, maybe saying yes, maybe saying no, maybe not saying anything, just enjoy. And wherever you are, just make sure that you're really, really letting go of that head. Gravity is doing a lot of the work right now. Okay, placing your hands either on your shins, on your thighs, or maybe on your mat, wherever you are with this, and lengthen the spine forward. Make a look with those shoulders and getting them away from the ears. Do not look like where your hands is. Look like at least 2 feet away from you. Exhale and forward fold. Now let go of your hands. Let them be like weightless. Just like, actually not weightless, it's the opposite. Let it be like really, really like just very, 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 very heavy. And start lifting. Picking up yourself. One vertebrae at a time. Push those heels on the mat. Push those toes on the mat. Support yourself. Anchor yourself. Go slow. Allow this to happen vertebrae at a time. You can swing your hands if you want to. Come all the way up. Shoulders towards the back. And head up. Awesome. Inhaling and lifting both hands all the way up. Grab your right hand with your right wrist with your left hand. Maybe place your feet together. And send both of your hips towards the right while you stretch your torso towards the left. And again, in here, stack the shoulders, one on top of each other, maybe turning your gaze towards the sky. Breathing here. And coming all the way back. Doing the opposite, so grabbing now the left wrist with your right hand, lengthening towards the sky. Keeping those legs together, mermaid, wonderful little legs, and sending those hips towards the left. And And your arms towards the right. Lengthening here. Stacking those shoulders. Gaze towards the sky. And coming back to center. Finally, interlacing all the fingers and sending your hands, the palms of the hands up and towards the sky. Look forward and look down. Okay, letting go of that interlace. And now bringing both of your hands towards your sacrum. And in here, we're gonna kind of like work a little bit more on our binding abilities. So in here, we're gonna go into a reverse prayer pose. So for here, if you are not into a reverse prayer pose yet, it's fine. So you can just grab your hands here, and that's great. You can grab your wonderful wrists, and it's great. Maybe your forearms, and it's also good. So you get the picture. Go where you are, more where your abilities are taking you right now, where your body is right now, and be there. If you want to be all the way there with your reverse prayer pose, then placing your hands together, the palms of the hands, and sending them up and towards the back. Okay. Trying to keep the shoulders away from the ears. Try to keep your ribs in because they tend to just like go out. So try to keep your ribs in, the stomach in. And work on this. But let's make this interesting. So let's place the wonderful left leg towards the back. And open your stance a little bit, not too much, not too crazy. You're gonna place the whole sole of the left foot down. Maybe open a little bit more towards the side, towards the right side with your right foot, just to have a tiny little bit more of a space. And keeping your hands where they are, inhaling here. And folding forward. Try to keep those wonderful hips pointing towards the back. What is going to happen here is your hip will try to sway towards the left or towards the right. Keep your gaze forward towards your right leg, towards your right knee, lowering more and more and more and more. And trying to place that forehead where that knee is at. Breathe here. Inhale and come up to your forward fold. And now all the way up. Okay. Let's bring that wonderful left leg to join the right. And let's go to the opposite side. So sending the left leg towards the back. Not too big of, not too wide a stance. And place the whole sole of the foot down. Keep that wonderful right leg extended. And maybe open your stance on the left foot a little bit more towards the left, so you have a little bit more of a space. Play with this until you feel comfortable here, you feel safe here. Inhale here, and going down. Keep that lengthening here of the torso towards the front. Remember that you go where your gaze goes, so look forward. Now focus a little bit in your hips and make sure that your hips are not swinging towards the left or towards the right, but towards the back. Keep that right heel on the mat. And now start lowering that gaze, looking towards your left foot, your left leg, your left knee, and lowering down that torso a little bit more. shoulders away from the ears. Alrighty, look forward and let go of the interlace. Place your hands down. Send that wonderful left foot towards the back, coming to your downward facing dog. Good job. At the end of that pose, when you're looking at your wonderful knee, it is not about the interlace on the back. It's not about your arms in the back, which at the beginning is what is kind of like the more pressing thing. Then it becomes the balance of not falling. What is becoming pressing is, I love that pose. Okay, inhaling and pressing the wonderful right foot where your right hand is. And here, you need your blocks, use your blocks. I'm gonna place my right hand on the inside, but if you need a block, go for it and place it here and send your wonderful left hand all the way up and towards the sky. Okay, now place the heel down on the left foot and send that wonderful hand again towards the front. Inhaling here and exhaling. Inhale one more time and exhaling. Now let's make 2 circles with that wonderful left hand. 1 toward the front, 2 towards the front. Let's go towards the opposite direction. And 1 and 2. Let's do 1 more. Up and lift the torso. Let's come into our wonderful warrior 2. Okay, bending that knee. Lengthening, torso, looking towards the front, arms towards the side, like lengthening here, shoulders away from the ears. Place that wonderful right forearm down and send your hand towards the back. So basically I'm just folding and placing it towards my sacrum. Palm is away from the body. And I'm gonna place my forearm down and on my thigh. Left hand is gonna come across. I'm finding my right. And I'm gonna do a false binding here. Send that wonderful left shoulder away from the ear and gaze towards the sky. Lengthening here. All right. Coming all the way back up. Palm of the hand up. Hand going all the way towards the right. Reversing your warrior. Bringing both of your hands down now. Sending that wonderful right foot all the way towards the back. Plank pose. Let's come to a chaturanga. To an upward facing dog. And to a downward facing dog. Good job. Breathe here. Inhaling and lifting the left leg. And sending it all the way where your left hand is. Okay. And again, if you need a block, place it on the inside of your left leg. Place your hand there. Okay. And sending that wonderful right hand all the way up and towards the sky. Okay. Now send that heel down. Keep that head supported and open. Inhale and sending that right hand overhead, lengthening here. Alrighty, let's make some circles. 1, 2. Let's go into the opposite direction. 1, 2. Let's do a third circle. 1, coming up, and bringing everything up. Okay, coming into your warrior two. Take your time, assess your foundation, make sure that you're good there. Torso coming towards the front. Lengthening here, shoulders away from the ears, lengthening those arms. Feeling all good here. Looking at that wonderful index and middle finger there. Bending that knee. Placing that forearm down. And now making that wonderful false bind by sending that wonderful left hand towards the back. And now that wonderful right hand towards the back. And then left hand finds the right and place the elbow down. Okay, once you have this, send the wonderful right shoulder that you're seeing that is pointing out that there towards the back. And send your gaze towards the sky. Good job. Inhaling here and exhaling. Inhaling one more time. Exhaling. Coming out of this, I'm coming back into your warrior two. Okay. Left hand, palm facing up. Right hand coming all the way and finding the left side of the body. Okay. Reverse your warrior. Gaze towards the sky. Keep that knee bent. Breathe. Okay. Coming all the way down with both of your hands. Cat is coming and moving away. Left leg towards the back. Coming into your Palakanasana, and from here towards your Chaturanga. Your upward facing dog. And your downward facing dog. Good job. Downward facing dog here. Inhaling and lifting the leg. Bending that wonderful knee and send your foot towards the left side. Place the whole sole of the left foot down. Okay, let's make some circles here. 1, 2, and 3. Go in the opposite direction. 1, 2, and 3. Send that foot again towards the left. Okay, touch your right arm. Coming all the way up. And place your right foot where your right hand is. Let's come into our crescent pose. Crescent pose here. Lengthening that left leg as much as you can. Bending as much as you can here. Hands to heart center. Inhaling here. Right under the left. Eagle arms, hands. Inhaling up with those arms 3 times. 1, 2, and 3. Good job. Placing both of your hands down on the left side of the body. Placing that wonderful left knee down. And sending that right foot towards the side. Maybe out of the mat. Foot pointing towards, in an angle towards the right side. Okay, from here, right hand on the inside of your inner right thigh and push away. If the sole of the foot wants to leave, allow this to happen. And now it's your outer edge of your left foot there. Opening the hip just tiny little bit more. Okay, letting go of this, placing the sole of the foot down, keeping it exactly where it is, and coming now into your lizard pose. So in here, if you want to use a block to place the forearms down, go for it. If you want to stay just here, go for it. If you want to go deeper, then you place your forearm down and into the mat. Spread all the fingers. Look forward, don't look down. And if you want, you can stay with the knee down on the mat. Or if you want to go deeper, you can just lengthen and lift that wonderful knee off the mat. Again, if the sole of the foot wants to leave the mat, go for it. Extend, extend, extend. Place that wonderful left knee down. Bring that wonderful right foot back towards the center. Okay. Send that wonderful right leg all the way back and up. Bending that knee. Let's make more circles. Touch the right. 1. Touch the right arm. 2. Touch the right arm. 3. Going into the opposite direction for 3 times. Again, touching the right arm and out. Touching the right arm and out. Touching the right arm and out. Send that right foot towards the left. There you go. That feels good. Okay. Inhale in here and lifting the hips. Coming into your downward facing dog. Good job. Send your torso towards the front. Palakanasana, Chaturanga, upward facing dog, and downward facing dog. Come into your downward facing dog here. Breathe. Alrighty. Inhale and lift the left leg all the way up. And send that wonderful left foot where your left hand is. Come into your crescent pose here. Crescent pose on the left side. Torso, lengthen, shoulders away from the ears. Right leg super strong and super lengthened. Left leg bending. Okay. Placing now the wonderful left hand under the right. Coming into your eagle arms again and coming up again. Inhaling 1 and exhaling. Inhaling 2 and exhaling. Inhaling 3 and exhaling. Letting go of your eagle arms. Inhale and bring both hands all the way up. Exhale, coming all the way down. Sending that wonderful left foot all the way up and towards the sky. Bending that left foot towards the right. Making sure that the whole heel, the whole right foot is on the mat. Stacking those hips. Oh, this feels good. Let's make some circles. 1, 2, 3, and going into the opposite direction. 1, 2, and 3. Okay, coming towards the front with that left knee and touching that left arm as high as you can. Good job. Inhale up. Exhale and placing that left foot where your left hand is. Coming into an angle here. Left foot going outside of the mat maybe. And a little bit angle towards the left. And in here, placing that right knee down. Grabbing that left hand. Placing it on the inner side of your left thigh and pushing away. Lifting that sole of the foot. Sending that gaze towards the sky. Opening that hip a little bit more. Okay, coming back, placing that left hand down, then preparing for your lizard pose. And in here, come to whatever variation is good for you. So if you need to place those blocks, place those blocks. If you want to keep that knee down, keep that knee down. If wherever you are, look forward, don't look down. And if you want to lift that knee, lift it. And just open as much as you can, lengthening that torso, spreading all those fingers, keeping those elbows at shoulder width apart. Breathe as calm as you can. And finally placing that knee down in case you lift it. Coming all the way up with those hands. Sending that left foot again towards the back, bending that knee. So sending it up. Alrighty. Let's make some circles here. Touching that left arm and up. Touching that left arm and up. Touching that left arm and up. Going into the opposite direction, but touching. Trying to touch all the time that left arm. Coming all the way up. Stacking those hips, sending that left foot towards the right again. Try to keep the weight level in both of your hands. Alrighty. Placing that knee down. Curling both of the toes under. Lifting those hips. All the way up and towards the sky. Downward facing dog. Coming all the way towards the front. Palakanasana. Chaturanga. Upward facing dog. And downward facing dog. Alright. Inhaling and sending the wonderful right foot all the way up and towards the sky. Bending that knee. Stacking those hips. And finally sending all the way, that right foot all the way down until it touches the mat. Reverse your dog. Right hand looking towards the front. You are looking towards the front. Hips up. Reverse. And come into your downward facing dog again. Woohoo! And place your right foot where your right hand is. Alright, the moment of truth has come. Left sole of the foot down. And we're going to start binding here. So we'll see how this goes. Okay, so I'm trying to open my stance as much as it will be. Keeping my heel to heel stance here. Bending my right knee. I'm really bending as much as I can. So this becomes a little bit less stressing for my whole body. And I'm starting to send my right hand and my right shoulder under. And you're going to start just here and just see how this feels. And if this feels like not for you, don't go there. If you're feeling like, okay, what's next? Show me. Left hand towards the back, palm away from the body. Right hand up and maybe bind. So you bind here. Again, open that shoulder and your torso is going towards the left. Good job. Stay here. Let go of the binding. Place your hands down. Send that wonderful right foot all the way up and towards the sky. Three-legged dog. Chaturanga. Upward facing dog. And downward facing dog. Good job. Come into your downward facing dog here. Breathe for a couple of times. And now inhale and lift the left leg all the way up. Left leg up, bend that knee, stack those hips. And now sending that left foot all the way down to reverse your dog. Looking towards the front, extending that left arm towards the front, lengthening those hips up and towards the sky as much as you can. All right, breathing here, hopefully. Okay, bringing that left hand down and coming into your three-legged dog again. Place your left foot where your left hand is. Place the left heel down. And we're coming into the other side. So check your stance. Make sure that you are comfortable here. Make sure that you can bend that wonderful left knee as much as you can. And starting to just lowering my torso down. Finding the stretch on the hip to see if that it was enough. Left hand coming towards the back. And finding its way up. Finally, right arm. Looking. Finding the left, connecting, binding. And moving the torso towards the right side. Trying to keep that right shoulder away. Gazing towards the sky. Letting go of the interlace. Bringing your hands down. Sending that left foot all the way up and towards the sky. Okay, three-legged dog. Chaturanga. Upward facing dog. And downward facing dog. Okay, before we go into this, we're going to place that wonderful left foot where your left hand is. Right heel on the mat. Left foot pointing towards the front. Okay, so open your stance here. Woo-hoo. And we're coming all the way down with that torso. Make sure that you are like really center. And lowering down. Lowering down your head. If this is working for you, you can start walking your hands towards the back. And now maybe pointing those fingers towards the back. Maybe bending those elbows. And maybe your head have started to lowering all the way down. And maybe touching the mat, maybe not. Let them here. Okay. Bringing your hands back towards the front. Let's do a forward fold here, or lengthening of the spine here. Let's bend the wonderful left leg a little bit more. And let's send all of our weight towards there. And we're going to lengthen and come into a crouching tiger. So, woohoo! Lengthening, coming all the way down. So, crouching tiger here again. Hands to heart center. And then lengthening on the center. So, bringing both of your hands in the middle space of that semicircle and placing your hands there at shoulder width apart so they're not placing one on top of the other, and lengthening here. Inhaling and up. Okay, exhaling. Let's go all the way to the other side. Lengthening that left leg now. And just see how this crouching tiger is doing for you right now in terms of the difference that it was in the beginning. Hands to heart center. And then coming towards the center in between arm in between the legs, lengthening here with both of your hands, finding a space for that torso to start lowering down and lowering down. Finally, lifting the head, lifting the shoulders, bringing that wonderful left foot back towards the center, and let's come into our Malasana. So open your stance as much as you need to with both of your feet. If you're in your heels, it's okay. If you're not, even if you're in the ball in the feet, also great. Hands to heart center. Send those wonderful hips away. So pushing the legs, the inside of the legs away from the body, lengthening as much as you can. Breathe here. All right. Place both of your hands down and let's send our wonderful hips all the way up and towards the sky. Close your stance at hip width distance. Come into your forward fold. Inhale and lift all the way up. Exhale and hands to heart center. Okay, so I'm coming towards the back of my mat. Inhaling and lifting. Exhale and coming all the way down from the creases of my hips. From here, I'm going to walk my hands towards my downward facing dog. Downward facing dog here. Bend those knees. Inhale and send your right foot where your right hand is. Left sole of the foot on the mat. Bend as much as you can. We're going to go for it. Right hand going towards the back. Maybe finding its way up. Left hand. Maybe finding the right hand and binding. Okay, looking towards the sky. Start walking that left foot towards the front. And you can do this super nicely, or you can be messy like me. The thing is just to get it towards the front. Okay, once it's towards the front, this is just a matter of having a good binding here. This is not gonna happen if you don't have a good binding. So try to get that and start lifting the right heel. Lift, 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 and bring it towards the left. Left leg super strong. And lift. Look forward. And finally, lengthen that wonderful right leg. Okay. Coming back the same way we came in. Placing that right foot down. Sending that left leg towards the back. Letting go of your interlace. And bringing that wonderful right leg towards the back. And downward facing dog. How was it? Piece of cake? Sure it was. Let me show you other way to get there. So we're gonna do the other side. So let me just go towards the side. And let's go for it. So you can come in the traditional way, which is coming from the left or the right, coming towards the front. That's just great. Another way to come, if you don't want to experience the first part, is to lengthening, to separating your feet a little bit wider than usually, bringing both of your hands here towards your feet. letting go of your head. I'm finding your interlace here. Okay? But this is not my favorite way to go because I think you need to experience the whole thing to make it kind of a whole exercise, a whole routine, a whole apex of what we did, and it actually tells you where you need to work a little bit more. So inhaling and placing that wonderful left foot where your left hand was, placing that sole of the foot, all the right foot down. And here, really, the thing is just to work on that wonderful bending on the knee that is on the front. If you have this and the hip wants to be there, then you're good. Okay, coming back to the interlace portion of this. And really getting a good grip. As you can see, I have all my fingers there. All very good grip. Okay, now just working on bringing that wonderful right foot towards the front. Which is my less elegant part, but I don't care. Bringing up the left heel up. And that left heel start also coming closer towards the right. And finally up. Inhale and up. Oh my goodness. Well, it's not happening on the other side. This is interesting. Okay. Once you're up, lengthening that torso. Keep the binding going. Right leg super strong. Point that left toe and lengthen. Okay. Come back. Okay. Place that left foot back. Yay. Let go of your hands. Send that left foot towards the back. Yoo-hoo! And there you go. We did bird of paradise. Place your knees down. Send your knees towards the side. Feet together, big toes. Come into your beautiful child's pose. Chill here for a couple of seconds. Maybe move your head left to right. Give a massage over your third eye. Hopefully this was helpful for you. Maybe you made it all the way up there today. And kudos for you. Maybe you're still working on it. And that's the thing. You never stop working on it. Never, never, never. In any pose. Okay. Coming all the way up. Walking your hands. And coming all the way to your seated pose. We're going to close with a Janu Sirsasana here. So lengthening those legs. Finding your sit bones. And placing the right sole of the foot on the inner side of your left thigh. Okay, lengthening that left leg. Inhale and lifting both hands all the way up and towards the sky. Follow with your gaze. Exhale, coming all the way down. And in here, if you want a towel, you want a strap to strap your foot, by all means, go for it. Inhaling and coming all the way up. Exhaling, Placing that wonderful right hand down. I was like, which one it is? Placing your right hand down and sending your left hip all the way up. Extending that left leg. Go for this. So you can send your hand towards the back a little bit, or maybe overhead if something that you love. I love this pose. It's really, really one of my favorite. Come all the way down. Okay? Extending now the right leg and going through the same situation. Lengthening those hips. Inhaling and lifting. Exhaling, coming all the way down. Finding your own lengthening here. Inhale, come all the way up. Placing that left hand down, sending that right hip all the way up and lengthening that leg. Play with that right hand, send it overhead, send it towards the back, and maybe overhead again, wherever you feel you need it to. Come back and down, and you can come now all the way down and into your mat. Grab those wonderful legs and down. Oh, feel good. Okay. Knees towards your chest. Cradling here. This was a very hip opener, so I definitely will encourage you to spend a good amount of time sending your knees towards your chest, doing some wipers towards the sides, up and down. Definitely doing a supine twist. It would be more appreciated for your body. Definitely, definitely. So sending your knees towards the left or towards the right. Keeping your gaze towards the sky. Opening your arms at shoulder height or cactus arms if you don't have all that wonderful space. And if you want to intensify, placing that left or right hand on top of that hip and just pressing down a little bit. And sending your gaze towards the opposite direction. Make sure that both of your shoulders are down and into the mat. That's really, really important. Come back towards your center. Embrace those knees. Keep rolling here for a while. Really, really taking your time here to go for it. Maybe even doing a halasana, which is basically just sending your legs towards the back. I'm gonna place my hands down and towards the side and just reach and send my legs. And coming into my halasana or plow pose. Trying to make not funny voices, because that means that I'm crushing my my wonderful throat, and that's not what I'm looking for. And if you want to go deeper with this, you can always bring your knees towards your ears. And then using your hands, make sure to lower yourself down, one vertebrae at a time. Take your time. Finally, end up in your savasana. Take all the time that you need in your savasana. Maybe that's where you have been the whole time. I've been talking, and that's great. Anyway, Have a wonderful day, wonderful Sunday. Count all your blessings because you have many. I'm so sure. Namaste, Yogis.